This is an overview of our Fall 2020 Data Science final project centered on police violence and protests in the United States. Black and brown people have historically faced discrimination in their interactions with law enforcement, but this pattern of police violence and brutality came to a tragic boiling point this summer with the killing of George Floyd and many others. This sparked countless Black Lives Matter protests across the country. This public health crisis motivated us to explore the data behind the atrocities and their reactions to them. In our project, we use 4 primary data sources. The first dataset contains information on police violence across the United States from 2013 to 2020. The second contains U.S. protest data in 2020 from the U.S. Crisis Monitor. 2 additional sources from the U.S. Census are also used to characterize national and community demographics. Looking at the tabs at the top, you can be directed towards exploratory analyses, regression analyses, and interactive maps. Each section is then broken down into police violence and protests. For the exploratory analysis, we wanted to visualize the data to better understand what we were working with and to begin to elucidate some of the interactions we had hypothesized. For the police violence, we started with total killings over time to more detailed plots about the levels by state and even individual departments. Likewise, for protests, there are different figures, from those depicting types of protests to protests by state. In the regressions, we used logistic analyses to investigate police violence data through charges laid against police and reported symptoms of mental illness as outcomes. We then used Poisson and negative binomial models to investigate associations between income at the county level and number of protests per county. Finally, the interactive maps provide a more self-directed approach to learning about the data. For the map of police killings, you can toggle the year range, whether charges were laid, and symptoms of mental illness. And for the map of protests, you can also change the date range and filter by event type. Finally, you can go to the Project Report tab to learn more about our project process in detail. Thank you.